Guys, I want to make this video because I want to talk about crypto and how I lost $40,000. So as you know, I was a big preacher of buying crypto, and well, went up. Everything mostly went up, but I want to give you guys my biggest mistakes of what I did and how I ended up losing the money. All right. So what happened? So when I got into crypto, literally, I want to say 2021 around October. I had no idea. I had nothing. Something told me just fucking put my money in there, and then I was gonna figure it out after that, which I actually did. From 2021 to I want to say 2022, every single freaking day I used to work from 7 to 3 every single day. As soon as I'd wake up from work, from 7, not really, from like 6, because at that time I didn't have a car. I was busing it. I was just on crypto. The markets would open around 6:30 Pacific time, because I live in LA, and it was cool. I learned a lot. I dove into the space, and every single cycle there was an altcoin season. All right, every single cycle. And now that I have the experience I have now, I never sold my crypto. I still am holding after it's gone down, after I could officially say with high certainty that the bull market is over. It's over. Next year we're gonna see Bitcoin come down, and when Bitcoin comes down, everything else goes even worse. So I didn't sell because none of the altcoin, the crypto top indicators went off this cycle. None of them. And the reason is because of the Fed, they were tightening up too much. They didn't let the money printer go on. The Fed was supposed to coming into this year, they were supposed to cut rates like 4 or 5 times. This person's not going. The Fed was supposed to cut rates like 4 or 5 times, and they only cut about 2 times. They only cut rates this year, I believe, 2 or 3 times. But they were supposed to cut more, but they didn't, because they were afraid of inflation going up. But still, I hold it on because I was thinking to myself, none of these indicators have gone on. No top indicators, no euphoria indicators went off this cycle. The cycle topped on apathy. So yeah, no altcoin season. It failed. But how did I lose 40K? Luis, how did you lose 40K? Okay. So from 2021 to 2022, I invested, I want to say heavily, like 10 G's of my money. And that whole year, every week, every day, I was putting in money. But remember, I didn't know what I was doing. I was heavily putting money in 2022 from January, February, March, April, those 4 months. But the bear market was horrible. The bear market went all the way into November of 2022. Okay. And I saw my $10,000 turn into like a 1,000. I had lost 90% of my money. 90% of my money in 2022. I had a homie he bought in at a better time than me, and his money exploded. But it's because he started investing around about summertime 2022, when everything was already at its lowest. I was investing on the way down, so I was losing money all the time. Whatever. Let's fast forward into 2024. Okay, 2 years after my $1,000, late February 2024. I had just gotten fired from one of my jobs. I remember where I was at. I was at Chick-fil-A with my girlfriend, and everything was exploding. My crypto, my 1,000 had turned into $24,000. $24,000. 1,000. That's a 24x. And I had at that time I had like 6, 7, 8 different cryptos, so it wasn't just in one. And yeah, it went up to $24,000. That's a 24x. And you know what I did? I didn't sell. I didn't sell because in my head I said, wow, it's barely 2024, the 4-year cycle, man, altcoins, it wasn't even altcoin season yet. And I was like, man, I'm gonna be rich as fuck. It's not even over. And I should have taken it in. I had a 24x my money. Like now looking back, I should have taken it out and just wait. That's one time. Then it went down, and then for 2024 it fluctuated from like, I want to say 14k to 16, 17, 18. It was right there, but it never went back to the 24, right? But still, I was hopeful. I was thinking, oh, altcoin season isn't here. The real big altcoin season, when there's blow off tops and everything goes insane and there's euphoria. That never happened. The closest thing we got to that was when Donald Trump took office, and I had my money had gone up to about 21,000, and I remember thinking to myself, wow, 2025 is gonna be the year. They're gonna cut rates, they're gonna do this and that. But I should have sold again, but I didn't. That's twice. 24 and 21. That's what, like $46,000 I could have had. 24,000 and 21,000. I didn't sell. I had bought in Trump coin at 16 cents, and it went all the way up to, where was it? It went all the way up to like 80 cents, I believe. I made some good money off of that. I didn't sell the top. I sold like at 50, 60 cents on the way down, and then I reinvested the money. But yeah, that is how I lost almost $46,000. But if one thing is clear to me, and it should be clear to you, is that there is money to be made in crypto. There is money to be made where this is the only place where a regular 9-to-5 person can actually become fucking rich. Is it super risky? Of course it is. But what I say to the people is, you're still in the same fucking position you were a year ago or 2 years ago. I say, why not? You know, like, why the fuck not? Like, I don't have no kids. I don't have no children. Maybe I have more room for risk, but I say fuck it. If, like, you know, like, it's gonna pay off sooner or later. But now that I've been in the space for 4 years, and the 4-year cycle will always continue, I know 2026 is gonna be a down year for Bitcoin. So now that I know what I'm doing, there's either two things that are gonna happen. Bitcoin is gonna be whack as fuck in 2026. All coins are gonna fucking come down, and they're gonna go really bad. It's gonna be a bad bear market. Either theoretically, every time in a bear market, just like in a bull market, Bitcoin tends to bottom around October, November-ish of the bear market year. So if you want to be rich and you want to do it you want to do it the smart, fast way, you save money from right now. December, we're about to go into January. You save money right now. You save fiat, you save cash, and then the most cash you could, buy Bitcoin around November's time, hold it for 3 years, sell it, buy altcoins, and if the market conditions are right, altcoin season will happen. But market conditions need to be right. The Fed needs to let the money printer go on. But if you want to be safe, you could just, if I would have just bought the 10,000 in Bitcoin was at 15K, was the lowest Bitcoin went in the bear market in 2022. 15K. If I would have put my $10,000 in that shit, this shit went, in 4 years, it went up to $124,000. That was the top. Okay, that's way more than a 10x. That's that, you know. But that's safe money. I would have made less. One, two, three. It still made a lot of money, you know. And it would have been safe. But if you want to get risky, just buy altcoins, bro. You just buy altcoins and say, and it's like a Hail Mary. Like, it's either gonna happen or it's not. But the risk is there, the reward is there. Like, I turned 1,000 into 24K. Imagine if I would have put the 10 G's, and if I would have known with what I know now, that shit would have been over like a quarter million. So yeah, guys, that's how I lost almost 50,000. I hope this helps. And if you're the type of dude who's like, oh no, the Bitcoin, it's a super cycle, bro, come on now. It's a 4-year cycle. It hasn't fucking failed. No altcoin season this year. Altcoin season isn't gonna come. There will be a bounce. I will be selling my crypto on the next bounce. Theoretically, every time the Bitcoin falls under the bull market support band, it might happen in February, March. It's gonna come back to about 100K. At 100K, I'm leaving, and I am I'm gonna wait until November, December, and I'm buying back in, baby, because we will get rich off of this shit. Mark my words, we will get rich.